If you've ever looked at your son or daughter on the field and said to yourself, man, I just wish they were a little more coordinated, or man, that looks a little funny when they run, or that overall you just wish they had more confidence. Well, if so, then in this video, let's talk about why that actually is and a new program that we're launching to help you fix it. You see, when my son was 11, I sought out some professional help from experts to help him with his hitting, his throwing, his fielding, all that kind of stuff. And after they evaluated him, they told me some advice that, looking back, completely changed my son's athletic development. They said, if you have a kid who doesn't seem as athletic as other kids, it's because there are 9 movements athletic kids know how to do that unathletic kids aren't as good at. These movements are the squat, the lunge, how to hinge at the hips, properly push, pull, accelerate and decelerate in multiple directions, and how to rotate and counter-rotate. Now, luckily for my son, he has a father who taught him how to actually hit, so he could do the rotate and counter-rotate stuff pretty well, but he was basically trash at all the others. So they advised us to find a speed and strength coach who specializes in helping my son learn these movements, and that if I did, I would notice huge improvements in his coordination as he got better and better at mastering those 9 movements. So that's what we actually went out and did. From the age of 11, my son would hit 3 days a week. Then right after hitting, he would go to an athleticism coach who ran him through programs that actually taught him how to move right. And what they told me is that if my son continued with this type of training pre-puberty, once puberty did hit, the research was showing that kids who learned how to be proficient in these movements before puberty have the potential to be much stronger than kids who don't attempt to learn these movements. Yeah, the kids who played multiple sports did a little bit better because different sports do teach you different movements, but it wasn't even close to the strength gains of kids who went on a training program that taught them the big 9 movements. And by taking this approach, we were able to take this wobbly little kid and help turn him into a kid who was much, much, much better at controlling his body, who ended up being able to throw the ball 80 miles an hour off the mound as a freshman, could hit the ball 94 miles an hour as a hitter, and ended up making varsity, eventually earning a significant starting role in his high school team's playoff run to state. And I can promise you, as his father, that that would have never happened if we hadn't have found a coach who could teach him those 9 basic movements when he was younger. So now, having just lived this with my own son and seeing a lot of very real coordination issues with the athletes that come to work with me, I'm excited to announce that starting next month, we have hired a strength coach to work with athletes in our area to provide that same type of programming that my son was able to get to other young folks in the Lacey area. So if you're interested in improving your son or daughter's coordination, then what you want to do is click the link below to sign up for our early bird notification list. This is a list where we'll be sending out all the details about these training classes, what they cover, how we design them to improve your child's speed, their power, their coordination, plus pricing and scheduling details. This is something I'm super excited about being able to offer, and I'm excited to see how it can help your son or daughter develop athletically too. So if helping your kid reach their full athletic potential is something that interests you, click the link below now and stay tuned for a bunch of other details that I'll be sharing about this new training program we're coming out with over the next coming days.